Hey guys, um, sorry for the lack of videos recently. I've been quite busy with uni. I've decided to start up a series of videos aimed at beginners, people who are literally just starting out producing music. First of these are just going to be covering basic effects. So if you're already quite knowledgeable about this, then there's not really any need to watch this. Um, In this video, I'm going to be covering EQ, or most specifically, the most widely used version of EQ, which is parametric. Um, for those who don't know what a parametric EQ looks like, it basically looks very similar to this. Um, Examples of different parametric EQs are Logic's channel EQ, Logic's fat EQ, Fab Filter's Pro Q, Waves Renaissance EQ, and also, as I use Ableton as well, Ableton's EQ8. Right, so some of the features on EQs. What you will find is some EQs will allow you to analyze the signal coming into them. This basically integrates the feature of a frequency analyzer into the EQ itself. So if I'm to play, say, this loop that I've imported quite quickly, and then turn the analyzer on, you'll see the frequencies that the loop itself is hitting on. So if I play the loop, and then I turn on the analyzer, you'll see that it will display a graphic representation of the frequencies of this loop. My computer's going a bit slowly, so excuse how slow this is bouncing up and down. In Logic's version of this EQ, you can adjust the resolution of this so you can get more accurate. So if I say high resolution, you'll see the frequency displayed much more accurately. Other EQs that have this analyzer, or the ones that I've got anyway, include FabFilter's Pro Q. To turn FabFilter's Pro Q's analyzer on, you come down here, and you can either have it pre-EQ, which will show you the analysis of the frequencies before it goes through the plugin itself, or you can have it post-EQ, which will show you the frequencies after it's passed through the EQ. So FabFilter's analyzer in its EQ looks like this. So now to look at features which come in pretty much all parametric EQs. When using the EQ, you'll notice on pretty much all EQs you'll have bands that look like these. What these are is this symbol here is a low pass. This one here is a low shelf. These ones here are what are known as bells. This is a high shelf, and this is a high pass. So what a low pass does is it will cut out all the frequencies or it will roll off rather, all the frequencies below what you set this value here to. So if I was to say set it to, let's say 150 hertz, it will cut out all the, or it will roll off all the frequencies below that. So if I have no low pass and play it and then turn it on, you'll hear all the low frequencies will disappear. Also, for those who may be unsure as to what the gain slope does, this basically dictates how harsh the roll off will be. If it's on 48 dB per octave, then once it hits 150 hertz, every octave below that, you'll have 48 dB cut out of the frequency. So it's a very, very steep slope, very steep roll off. Whereas if it's on 6 dB an octave, it will be a very, very gradual roll off and sound much more natural. Right, moving on to low shelf and high shelf. Basically, what this does is it can boost, boost or cut all the frequencies below a given frequency or above a certain frequency. So if I demonstrate with this, so if it's on 80 hertz, you can boost all the frequencies below 80 hertz. Or let's say we're going to boost all the frequencies above 10,000 hertz. You can also do it in the opposite direction, and it will cut all the frequencies above a certain point as well. As for the bells, you can boost at a certain frequency, and oppositely, you can cut at a certain frequency. And you can change this to just say what frequency you want to cut at. Also, what some of you may have noticed, if you're unaware of how an EQ works, is there's what's known as a Q setting. The Q setting basically dictates how narrow or wide this band of frequencies that are being affected is. The lower the Q, the wider this is going to be, and the more frequencies that will be affected. However, if you have a very high Q, the fewer frequencies that are going to be affected. Times when very high Q is good is if you want to surgically take out a specific frequency for like rogue frequencies. If you can hear certain ringings, you can find out which frequency is ringing and quickly duck it. Times when wide Qs are good is when you're doing stuff like mastering. You may have a small cut at a certain frequency, and normally you will use a low Q because generally low Qs tend to sound a lot more natural than high Qs. I think that pretty much covers all for EQs or parametric EQs anyway. If you guys have any questions relating to this, post a comment in the comment box or send me a message to my YouTube inbox and I'll reply to you. Thanks guys, and see you in the next video.